Hello everyone, and let's take a look at a 1.3 expressions code your own assignment. So in this assignment you've got some options here. Our requirements are you need a print command, an input command, you need to assign a value to a variable, you need to perform a mathematical operation with a variable, and you need to have some conversion in here, some typecasting. Convert between at least two types, from string to integer, or integer to float, or float to integer, or so on and so forth. So your options are, first you can calculate how many supplies you're going to need to buy for a party based on the number of guests. Second one you could do is a recipe calculator that shows how much of each ingredient you need given a number of dishes. And the third of four is give a value, print that values line from the multiplication table up to 12, and then your other option is to choose your own, so long as you meet all of these requirements. So if you hit run solution, you can see that they're giving you the demo for the party one. So in this one it says how many party guests are you expecting, let's say 25. I hit enter and it auto calculates based off 25 how many cakes I'm going to need, how many liters of soda or pop, and then how many party favors and how many party hats. And so that's how it goes. So in this example I'm going to go ahead and code for the example they give in run solution, but you are always able to code your own or choose another one of your options. So the first thing right out the gate, kids always ask me this, they're like, Coach, you've got way more lines for coding than I do. Well, see, this stops at 11. All you got to do, kids, is put your cursor above your final comment tag and just hit enter. And the more you hit enter, the more lines that you have to work with. Okay, so don't freak out about that. The number, the line of code, it's arbitrary, right? It's not going to affect your code no matter what number or line you're on. So don't panic if you're watching my tutorial and I'm coding on line 9, but your line 9 has something on it already. Just code in the next available empty space and you'll be just fine. So starting off strong, we've got to talk about guests. So we're going to go with guests because that is the driving force in this whole thing. How many guests are we going to have? So guests is going to be our variable label. I need to store the number of guests. Then I have an equal so that I can assign the number to the variable. Then I'm going to do some concatenation right in the line here and some typecasting. So we're going to go integer, int, because guess is going to be a number. Then I need input, and then another parenthesis. Don't forget those parentheses. And then I'm going to ask the question. How many party guests are you expecting? Question mark, quotation mark, parenthesis, parenthesis. Remember those parentheses have to come in pairs. And then I'm just going to do a print empty space for readability. So I just go print, open, close. That's just my prerogative. Obviously if you didn't have that, it would be just fine. So now that's the only input we need from our user. The rest is going to be tabulated, calculated based off of their number. So I'm going to go print, parenthesis, quotation mark, and call this section party supplies, quotation mark, parenthesis, and then I'm going to do, oops, not in capitals, print, and then you guys are used to this. We've been doing these dotted lines after the title lately. I'll do that. Okay, now we're going to talk about cakes. So we're going to go cakes equals 1 plus int parenthesis guess parenthesis. Hang on just a second. Alright, carrying on. Sorry about that. So I ended with guess. I need to finish this. So I said guess divided by 10. Guess divided by 10. And this is to calculate if we get 10 slices of cake out of one cake, yada yada yada. Okay? And then we're going to print and parenthesis, quotation mark, and we'll say you will need ingredients for quotation mark, plus sign. Let's turn cakes into a string so we can print it. STR cakes, parenthesis, plus sign. Let me make this bigger so that you can see what I'm typing, and say quotation mark, space, cakes, period, quotation mark, parenthesis, and I only need one. Yes. Okay, so we've got cakes figured out, and I can even come up here and add a comment tag. We need to start practicing that. Number of cakes needed. And then on this next one, we're going to figure out candy. So I'm going to do a comment tag, number of candy bags needed, just to kind of help you remember what this code is for. So we're going to use candy as a variable label. We're going to assign a new number to candy, and we're going to say 3 times guess. Okay, so we're assuming that guests are going to get 3 pieces of candy. And then for candy bags, because, you know, candy doesn't come in bags of 3, candy bags equals 1 plus int, parenthesis, candy divided by 25, parenthesis, assuming that there are 25 candies in a bag. Alright, so there's our candy. Next, we're going to talk about pencils. Okay, number of pencils needed. Now again, I'm just adding in comment tags. Why? Because this assignment has no comment tags, because this assignment is wide open and allows you to choose what project you want to do. Okay, so I'm just adding in comment tags as we go. It's good practice for you to also start putting in comment tags, because the best programmers make use of comment tags. So we're going to go pencils with an S as our new variable label. We need to assign a number to it, so I need an equal. And we're going to say guests, so 1 pencil per guest. And then we'll say pencil underscore packs equals 1 plus integer pencils divided by 5. So it looks like the pencils are coming in packs of 5. Next, we're going to need a little erasers, number of erasers needed. Don't mind my ice maker in the back. Okay, and then we go erasers equal, we're going to get 2 erasers per person, and we're going to multiply, actually not 2 per person. That's a lot of erasers. So we're going to multiply by guests, and don't forget your multiplication symbol is the asterisk, and that is on your number 8. Shift 8 is how we get that symbol. And then we need eraser underscore packs gets 1 plus integer erasers divided by 10, parenthesis. And now we're going to do some printing. And we're going to say print the results. That's my comment tag. And we're going to say print, parenthesis, quotation mark, you will need the following for party favors, colon, space, quotation mark, parenthesis. And I'm going to say print, parenthesis, I'm going to do some spaces here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, quotation mark, plus symbol, STR, candy bags, parenthesis, plus, I'm going to say bags of mini candies, quotation mark, parenthesis, and I'll say print, parenthesis, quotation mark, hit the space bar 5 times. We just want space in front of this is why we're putting the spaces. And STR, and we're stringing the pencil packs, pencil underscore packs, parenthesis, plus sign. Oh, I need a space right here after bags in line 32. Okay, and space there, and say packs of pencils, quotation mark, parenthesis, and then I'm going to go print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, quotation mark, plus str eraser underscore packs. Make sure you're checking your spelling. Plus packs of erasers, quotation mark, parenthesis. And then we're going to go print and say you will, let me not space that. I got a bad habit of doing that. I did it there too. And what that does, which this doesn't affect your code, so please don't freak out, okay? But what it does is it causes some of my lines of code to be shifted by one space to the right, and I'm trying to break myself of that habit. So you will need to buy space quotation mark plus str parenthesis guess parenthesis plus parenthesis space, not parenthesis, I'm sorry, quotation mark space, party hats. So that one's an easy one because you're going to have one hat per guest. And then the last comment tag you need is, oops, I don't think you need a comment tag because the last one is this one down here, the turn in your code. So before we do all the turning in, let's check to see if GPy made any mistakes. So I'm going to hit run. How many guests are you expecting? Let's do one to see what we get. One guest, just me. Okay, you'll need one cake. Oh my, I get a whole cake to myself. You will need the following for party favor: one bag of mini candies, one pack of pencils. Oh, you see what I did right there? Look, boom. I need a space in the eraser. And then it doesn't like line 36. You will need to buy string guest. Guest is not defined, so that tells me I misspelled. What did I do? Up. I have an S on guest, and I didn't put an S on guest down here. So let me fix that. And then I'm going to go right here at my line 34, and I'm going to hit the space. That way there's a space between the quotation mark and the packs of erasers. That way it's not all jammed together. So let me do it again. I'm just going to say 1 so I can look at my math. Okay, everything looks pretty good. No bugs this time, and that is how to code your own. You are always welcome to use what I wrote. You are also welcome to modify this because it is your code. So you do with it what you want, so long as you meet the requirements of the assignment. All right? Okay, that's it. Happy coding.